Alright, we should not be able to hear anything but me, I hope. There is a machine whirring in the background, but hopefully nobody is bothered or can even hear that. So, okay. Sorry, just updating a few things here while I get back to it. I did put Battle of Wits in this list. Ooh, that's not what I want. All right, cool. As you can see, the green screen's back. I've got my own dedicated setup now, and we're back to having our own space. So hopefully we can stream more frequently. For those of you who are worried, hey Six Sigma, glad to have you. So I should be streaming a lot more often now. How often depends. I do need to discuss it with my fiance and figure out what our regular schedule is going to be, because everything has been hectic and crazy because we've been moving. So this is what our list kind of looks like right now. I did post it in the Discord for anyone who was curious. Sideboard probably needs some work, but who sideboards in Battle of Wits? Come on. Come on, right? Alright. So I think without any further delay, we're going to go ahead and take this into a couple of two-mans to start and see what happens. I have not gotten to play a test. I mean, I do, but I'm not sure many of you would. So let's see. Yorion Wits is the deck that I just built. Oh, how many play points do I have? I might want to enter with tickets. Yeah, we're going to enter with tickets. Because that way, even if I lose, I have enough play points to do a league. So, yeah, no, I'm really stoked, because hopefully this means I can stream at much less restricted hours. Like, I'm in the basement. I have a whole floor between us and our bedroom, so my fiance, who's very sensitive to sound, hopefully that is bearable for her. Yeah, and it's also nice and cool down here. The move was hell. Like, oh my god. So, as I rambled in one of my VODs that I posted, I got upgraded from a 15-foot truck that I requested all the way to a 26-foot truck. We did one gigantic load of that. And then, after that, I was taking 2 carloads worth of stuff every day, except for like one. And then Friday until Saturday, Friday from 10 in the morning, Kano streaming 2020 Pog. Glad to have you, Great Bone Daddy. Oh my god, and he didn't even let the sub streak go. He kept it the whole time. Oh, Bone Daddy, I'm so flattered. Glad to have you. And I do have something to be sending you. And I will, as soon as I find it. It's packed away among things. But yeah, no, the move was hell, because we were moving from like 10 in the morning on Friday until 1 in the morning on Saturday after moving for a week. And like, I was so exhausted. But and we had huge internet troubles and just a whole bunch of nonsense. And then like once we got our gigabit internet after waiting for 4 days, like and not hearing back from the company, we what was it? We plugged in our router and our router didn't work. And we were like, oh no, what could possibly be the problem? And then we plugged in like our roommate's router, and his didn't work either, so we were thinking it was probably some DNS issues, and it winds up like just resolving itself. So hopefully we don't have any major problems. It was the octopus, wasn't it? Oh, I was also on call for the 2 weeks I was moving from work, and thankfully there were mercifully few pages, but having to constantly stress about that in addition was not fun. So, alright, leaving up Archmage's Charm here. I really like this opening hand. If we keep getting opening hands like this in a deck like this, I think we'll be just fine. Castle Garen Bridge, entering tapped. Opponent gets to untap it. Opponent plays a Courser of Crufix. I think we counter this. What do I do for work? I am a infrastructure engineer at a software engineering company. I started off as a programmer, just a regular dev or software engineer. Got promoted to doing what they call DevOps, and then I became a grand czar of managing a program called Octopus for a brief moment, which is what Bone Daddy's referencing. And yeah, now I help manage all of our virtual machines and whatnot. So I put that on the wrong land, but drew Archmage's Charm, so everything is okay. I really want to steal their Amulet of Vigor, though I don't think it helps us like at all. If I look a little bit different, by the way, it's because my camera is mirrored now, so you're getting my awkward side. Oh gosh. I just love this. So the funny thing is, it's called Octopus, and it's a deployment mechanism. It helps get our code onto the machines that run it. And the programs that Octopus has, the like clients for it on those machines are called tentacles. So frequently, I have to deal with the tentacle problems. Yeah, make of that what you will. So opponent cycles a Ketria Triome. We're against some kind of bounce land combo. We currently have 4 mana. I think we really need to draw, but we don't have any other counter spells. We could take Amulet of Vigor, and that might slow our opponent down, but I'm just going to draw some cards. It's like if we get a land... Oh, Force of Negation is excellent. So we have a Zagoth Triome. Basically in here for fetching purposes. Occasionally cycling. We're gonna play the Triome. Leave up Force of Negation, Lightning Helix, and Blessed Alliance. We do have a Braids in the deck if we ever draw them. Okay, opponent untaps Castle Garen Bridge. This is probably a Titan. Almost 100%. Yep, there's the Titan. So our opponent can fetch stuff to make it hasty and swing in, but if they do that, we can just Blessed Alliance, gain a bunch of life, and make them sack it. That does put them way ahead in lands, though. Which is kind of unfortunate, but after that we'll be able to get down a Torrential Gear Hulk, maybe hitting a counter spell on something good, and see what else we can do here. I don't know where the brown dog went. He's down here in the basement with me somewhere. There's nothing he can get into, though, so I guess I'm not too worried. Opponent's going to get a Simic Growth Chamber and Talaria West. How far away did we end up moving? About 20 minutes up the interstate. It's a much, Much nicer area, I will admit. Opponent not making a hasty prime time. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to Lightning Helix their face. Oh, I hear him. He's behind the green screen. So we play a Forest. We have enough mana for Gearhulk. So we'll go ahead and pass. We can Blessed Alliance with Force of Negation backup. Either hardcast or we could pitch Gearhulk. We'd probably hardcast it, which means we'd probably only single mode Blessed Alliance. Okay, opponent plays a Castle Garen Bridge. Makes a bunch of creature mana. So this is probably the one that gets the Hasty Land and Boros Garrison. Slayer Stronghold Boros Garrison is what I'm expecting out of my opponent right now. If we had one more mana, we could Lightning Bolt Torrential Gearhulk Lightning Helix. But unfortunately we do not. Oh, Hanweir Battlements and Valakut. That's what they do now. I guess that makes their mana base a lot less awkward. Okay. So we're probably just going to get bolted to death because our opponent is fetching up 4 lands. Maybe we should have Torrential Gearhulk Archmage Charmed the Titan. I just realized that was a line that I could have taken. I was so committed to Blessed Alliance that I think I made a mistake. Although, our opponent is representing some kind of counter mana. Otherwise, like, why would they take a turn off to do this? Bajuka Bog, Field of the Dead. Okay. So they're going to get some zombies. Untap some lands. They're going to exile our grave. Okay, I'm letting all this happen because I wanted the Bajuka Bog trigger to go off before we bless an alliance. Oh, plus with the Dryad, yes. Dryad of the Elysian Grove, yes. That's pretty good. Golgari Rot Farm. And a Teleria West. So we're likely very dead. I don't think we can fight against this right now. But it's been a while since I played Magic, okay? We're going to get back into the swing of things here. Okay, opponent picks up Teleria West. Okay. So we are going to 2-mode. Blessed Alliance. Make him sack. Opponent has Pact of Negation. Well, they can definitely pay for it. So how would we get out of it? We would need Settle the Wreckage or a Wrath, which we do not have very many of in the deck. And that might still be our only out. But we're going to force. Did get rid of our only threat, unfortunately. Opponent loses a Titan. We take 6. We're not running Terminus in this version, so there will be no miracles here. Okay, opponent going to transmute. Probably getting another Pact of Negation. Summoner's Pact, okay. Opponent Pact. Probably getting Dryad here, because I have enough mana to cast that. Dryad of the Elysian Grove, yes. Okay. So I think we have to Yorion. Ah, a fetch land. I forgot they haven't played regular lands yet this turn. Man, seeing a board like this just makes me want to make a deck that casts Obliterate. I don't think bolting a zombie is the way to go, and I think we are just dead. But let's see what we draw. Ooh. So, if our opponent has Scape Shift, we're almost certainly dead. And I don't see a reason for them not to swing out. So, as long as they swing with the Dryad, Settle won't kill us. Okay. So they're going to pay for Summoner's Pact. Can't believe we top-decked this. We have 2 of this in this deck and 4 Supreme Verdicts, and that's it. Okay. Did they not? Hope this works. It'd be really hilarious if it did. Problem is, we're going to get very Field of the Dead. But hopefully, like, between this Bolt and Yorion, we can stave off enough things to... They might not have that many basics, because the old Amulet Titan decks only ran like 1 or 2. So we could get some immense value out of this. Battle of Wits off the top. There would be no justice in this world if that happened. We do not deserve that. However, I would take it. Only you would punt before the stream even started. Okay, listen, just because I forgot to put Battle of Wits in the Battle of Wits deck doesn't mean... Alright. So, primetime triggers. They get 2 more lands out of their deck, but this time doesn't have to be basics. They only have 30 cards left in their deck. And they do not have any mountains at all, other than potentially whatever Wooded Foothills can get. Another fetch land, another Valakut. So we are in trouble if they play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. No! Not like this. So they can fetch up 2 mountains and deal... They had a bounce land, too? They hadn't even played a land yet? That's exactly lethal. No fair. I guess it depends on whether or not they have lands left to fetch. If they do, we're in trouble, and we die. If they don't, there is a very slim chance we survive. So yeah, they just need one land they can fetch and we're dead. Most of the people, I mean, we don't have like a big group of people or anything, but the vast majority of people, other than like my direct friends that are in that Discord, are extremely nice. And the only people who aren't nice to me because I know them in real life, and they're being facetious. And thank you, I appreciate it, and thank you for being a part of it. Because don't forget, you yourself are a contributor. Okay. Like Bone Daddy? I actually do not know Bone Daddy in person, but him and I have hung out over Discord quite a bit. So let's see. We want... I don't know if we want timely reinforcements. I don't know if we want anything. I guess Ashiok could be good, because our opponent can't search their deck. No guarantee we draw him, though. Oh, yeah, sorry. I wasn't looking at chat. Veil of Summer is only good for Pact of Negation, which they do run, but probably not. Timely Reinforcements, maybe. I'm going to drop some of the... I want to drop Nisses for Ashioks. And then we're going to run it back. Oh yeah? That's awesome. I'm glad when older decks like that, especially decks that aren't like some incredibly degenerate combo, come back and and are at least mildly viable. I really like Martyr Proc because I've actually played Cold Snap Limited before and used to do Martyr Grim Harvest loops, which were really, really mean. Okay, I think I can keep this. No green mana, but we do have a Thassa's Intervention as our earliest potential play right now, which isn't fantastic. However, I think this hand has potential. What variation of Waste Not have you been playing with? Is it like Waste Not Storm? Is it just Waste Not Value? Is it like Waste Not Hollow One? What kind of Waste Not are we talking about? Slower, grindy kind of deck. All right. I like it. Mana Leak. Perfect draw. We'll play a Snow-Covered Plains, pass the turn. I hope that wasn't picked up on the microphone because Porter just farted loudly. He has no shame. We will be mana leaking in Asuza. Storm was boring because I could just lose quickly. That's fun. I always liked grindy 8-rack Pox stacks kind of decks. So I've actually been looking at playing Green-Black Smallpox. I've been reviewing the footage where I played against it the other day. And I'm like, man, I really want to build this deck. I just can't justify getting Liliana's yet. But it is on the to-do list. I suppose I should turn off auto yields because there's a potential that we force spike with Thassa's Intervention. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that. So we counter unless they pay 2. The old 3-mana Rune Snag. I will keep that in mind. I appreciate the generous offer. Because yeah, if I come up with a good list that I'd like to test, and I can get a hold of however many Lilianas I need, -2 for yours, then I would love to borrow them. Okay, opponent plays a Relic of Progenitus. Not incredibly useful against us, but does hinder us a little bit. Because we do have Snapcasters, we do have Gear Hulks. We draw a Snow-Covered Forest, which I will play. So we have an Ojutai's command, basically being a cryptic for creature spells. We would like a Arkham's Astrolabe, Abundant Growth, one of our mana-fixing enchantments. Okay, opponent plays a Castle of Garenbrig. They do have enough mana to cast a Titan here, but we can Ojutai's command it. Alright. Counter target creature spell, draw a card. Please no pact. Sweet. No pact. That feels great. Ice Fang Quaddle is an excellent draw, because now we have Cryptic or Ice Fang. This is what the deck wants to be doing. Okay, opponent makes us exile a card, we get rid of Thassa's Intervention. Okay, opponent plays a Groll Turf. Bouncing a forest, probably. Yep. Alrighty. No attacks, because it's a 0/3. We flash in an Ice Fang. Hey, no worries, man. And if you're on Moto, I totally would love some help testing sometime. I've got a couple of people willing to help out. Oh, I need a Mystic Sanctuary in this deck. I have a couple of people willing to help me out, and I'm looking forward to a time I can block out and test against some decks, or just showcase some jank, really. So that's actually some wonderful news. Okay, so we're going to wait one more turn so that we can play a Nissa and have Cryptic Command back up. There is some chance that I should have just cast it and made it really huge. Especially if my opponent's not doing anything, but all things considered, I think this is fine. So we're going to fetch with Polluted Delta. We are going to get a Steam Vents. Or, actually, we're going to get a... I guess a Ketria Triome. Untap. We draw Ashiok. Does that change our plan? So Ashiok... we cannot leave up Cryptic with. Nissa we can. So I think we play Nissa and leave up Cryptic, but Ashiok coming down will be quite good. So Nissa, let's see, we have the option to scry or potentially explore. Let's go ahead and scry first. Island. Thanks, Basic Land Shark. But I must remind you, it is not my birthday. Alright, Island to the bottom. We don't really need another land at this point. So past the turn, we're going to leave up Cryptic. Number 1 Bits Leader. Opponent is going to Beast within our Nissa. I am doing... I'm doing quite well. So now the question is, do we counter Beast within? I don't think so. We'll just keep the Beast. All right, you got it. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's the first day that we've been like in the house for real. Like yesterday we were, but we were so exhausted because we were up till 1 in the morning moving. But today has been the first like regular weekend. We still have unpacking to do, but like we're in a usable house temporarily, which is a lot better to. How do I? Oops. Decline challenge in chat. Add as buddy. All right, that should do it. Cool. Absolutely new home hype. Yeah, we're renting a house now, and not only do we got a roommate, we're renting a house, and we have way more space, like an unimaginable amount more space. Our rent is lower. We're in a better neighborhood. We're not in the middle of town. It's awesome. All right, so we are going to counter prime time and draw. Just one of my college friends. He's also a software engineer. I might do some Magic content with him because he also plays. So we're going to play Tech Edge. So if I play Ashiok, I'm still in the same boat of not being able to cast Cryptic. Thanks, Basic Land Shark. So we'll play Ashiok here. Mill our opponent and exile their prime times. But I think with them being unable to search, yeah, awesome. Okay. I can't believe we drew our Singleton Nissa. So if we could get another game like that, that would be sweet. Does the roommate also tickle octopuses? He is in the roughly a very similar position to me. He's a little more on the programmer side, but he does not work with the octopus, no. Thankfully, I wouldn't wish it on a lot of people. All right, so game 3. Reveal Yorion. Okay, this is not what I would call a good hand. This is like... this is the nightmare scenario. I don't know if you can see, but the last card in hand, Steam Vents. This is a mulligan for sure. Infinitely better. Miles better. So we're going to keep... We are going to put back... probably... Flooded Strand. Opponent starts Castle Garenbrig. We draw Ketria Triome. So we're going to start with the Triome, pass the turn. So we have blue, red, and green. Then we are going to probably fetch a Hallowed Fountain with this Flooded Strand. Opponent does have a slow start, which is good news for us, especially since we will have access to Prohibit. Oh, that's an excellent draw. So play Flooded Strand, pass the turn. Ah, this is less good. For opponent to have an uncounterable Dryad. Sure, there's nothing we can do about that. Opponent plays a Castle Garenbrig. So I would like to play Gideon next turn. However, I think we need to leave up Mana Leak. Get a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Untap. Would also like to draw like a Path to Exile. Snapcaster's okay. We can't activate Scrying Sheets, so we're going to play Snow-Covered Plains and pass. Oh wow, we have a lot of people on the stream right now. Welcome everybody, especially new viewers. Opponent plays an Asuza. Yeah, I think that's got to go. Our opponent still has 2 land plays, but like next turn we have the option of Kicked Prohibit or Snap Mana Leak. Or not Kicked Prohibit and activate Scrying Sheets. Opponent plays another Castle Garenbrig. Okay. We draw Ojutai's Command, which is excellent. It's a hard counter for us. And depending on the order of things, we could use it. You're also at least 2 of the viewers. Oh, good. The Ojutai's Command, being a hard counter, is nice, but also depending on the order of that we do things, we potentially could reanimate our Snapcaster Mage with it too. Opponent is going to Beast Within our Triome. So the question is, do we kick Prohibit, or do we Snapcaster Mana Leak? And I think we kick Prohibit, because Mana Leak might counter, I don't know, a Titan or something that's mana intensive. Not likely with all of my opponent's ramp, but they only have 2 cards left in hand. And we don't have any more lands. Alright, no Titan, please. I said no Titan, please. You're supposed to respect the please. Prime time coming down. Pact is very unkind indeed. If only we had a way to deny him his green mana so he would die to his Pact, but unfortunately such is not the case. So down comes Prime Time, which we can fog, which is not great because it makes it still a double rampant growth every turn, even if we're fogging it. Oh gosh, I forgot the Dryad makes this like instantly lethal. So the only way that we even remotely get out of this is Path to Exile. Like, we have to be able to Path Snap Path. I think that's the only way out. Supreme Verdict might do it too. And we do have the mana to cast Supreme Verdict. When it gets in for 2, takes us to 3. What's a silly Sharpie card? It's me making an altar and sending it to you if you give me your address. And my altars are not fantastic, but it's something made by me. Flooded Strand, I don't think does it. So we can Ojutai's Command and gain life, but we have no blockers. Drawing a card doesn't do anything. Alright, hang on. So we Flooded Strand. By altars, do you mean a picture of the octopus? No, no. Just me doodling on a card, basically. We're gonna get an island. We basically, if we draw Path, we can survive, I think. We did not. That's really unfortunate. But it was close.